smart marketing. So anything that I look at in my business, I say, how can I work on it smarter as opposed to working harder, right? So many people work really hard in their business, but they don't step back and realize how much smarter they could work. So for me, I'm going to talk about smart marketing and why smart marketing can save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, and help you to produce a lot more leads and a lot more results on the back end. So I'm going to talk about inbound marketing compared to outbound marketing. So outbound marketing is when you reach out to people and say, do you want to sell? That's texting, that's cold calling, that's driving for dollars. That's going to people and saying, hey, are you looking to sell your house? And if they say yes, then you have to convince them to sell. You have to convince them you're the real deal, that you will actually buy their house, and then you have to negotiate the offer. To me, that is a lot of work. It's something that if you don't have a lot of money and you want to save money by doing something that's less expensive, that's a good way to start. And a lot of you guys, a lot of real estate investors are doing really well with that. So for me, that's an issue because it takes a lot of time and energy for you or your team to go through those leads. That's something that's not sustainable because there's a lot of regulations coming down on outbound marketing, mainly texting and cold calling. And it's just a lot more time and energy. With outbound marketing, you typically have to go through anywhere from 40 to 60 leads on average in order to find a deal. Whereas for inbound marketing, it's much smarter because they're raising their hand and saying, I am selling. They're usually not tire kickers, and they're usually really serious, and they're trying to talk you into doing business with them. So for me, inbound marketing methods are mainly TV, radio, and direct mail. Those are the three main things we do for inbound leads. And the great thing about inbound also is not only is it less time for your team to go through those leads. So for inbound marketing, for instance, it typically is about 10 to 20 leads for every deal that you do. So your team's having to go through a lot less leads, they're having to have a lot less conversations, and the conversations they're having are actually shorter as well. So you're cutting out a lot of time and energy from your team. And not only that, but if you set up your inbound marketing, like for instance, TV commercials, we do them for investors around the country. When we set up TV commercials for other people, all they have to do is answer the phone. They're literally managing their TV commercials anywhere from an hour to 3 hours a year. And I know that because I did that and have done that for 10 years where I barely ever change or have to work on our TV commercials because they produce leads and we just have to work the leads. We're not having to reach out every single day and call and text and manage a bunch of people on the back end to do that, other than just a lead manager and an acquisitions person. The other thing about inbound marketing is there's a lot more credibility to it. So if someone's doing TV commercials, for instance, the credibility and the brand factor is allowing you to negotiate with the seller a lot easier. And with inbound marketing, they're more likely to be only talking to you. So TV commercials, for instance, they see they're usually only calling the person on the TV, and that's it. And that also helps you to negotiate better deals because you're not negotiating with a bunch of other people. Things like TV commercials and radio also help your other forms of marketing because when people see you on TV, when people hear you on radio, they feel like you're spending a lot of money and they feel like you're putting your business out there to everybody to see, and you're less likely to be someone that's not going to perform and not be the real deal. So with inbound marketing, you're talking to less people, you're not having to build as much rapport with the seller, you're not having to really just spend as much time and energy on comping properties is another thing, because if you're getting 60 leads that are coming in, you've got to comp almost every single property there. There's just so much to inbound marketing that makes it so much smarter for you to do as opposed to outbound marketing that helps you build more of a business that will have longevity, that has a brand factor, and your team's really going to like you for that because you're not having to work so hard and you're working smarter. So think about this also. Don't just look at working smarter in your marketing, but work at working smarter in your business overall. So in this masterclass, I showed you how to grow and scale a real estate investing business. So these are the things over the last 21 years that I was able to either do well, or these are the things that I made mistakes on that I corrected that made a huge impact on my business. So right now you should be able to see from an overall high level perspective on how to run a real estate investing business much, much smarter. So again, this is Tony Javier. Thank you for watching this masterclass with Invelo.